Welcome to Fresh Fishing. I'm Foxy,
And I'm Wayne.
and as you can see, well, you can't tell where we are, but we are in France right now.
Oui, monsieur.
Bonjour.
En français. Why is it all of a sudden you go to France and you turn French?
I mean, we don't really. When we're in shops and that, we're like, "All right, love, can I have one of these cans of beer, please?" And she's like,
I know.
"What?"
All right, geese.
Yeah.
À la piscine.
What?
Let's go swimming.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Sure, why not?
Anyway.
Now, we thought we would do a video discussing booking France and how to do it.
Because we're like pros now, aren't we? Well, it's the second time we've done it.
A little short there. Yeah, it's our second France trip, but we do get a lot of questions with people saying, how do you go about booking it, all that kind of stuff. And we just thought it'd be good just to kind of explain how we've booked it and then what you can kind of expect when you come over here, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And this video will be out before our France vlogs, so you've got them to look forward to.
Yeah, for sure.
They are going to be good.
I mean, I guess kind of the first thing, if you're fishing in France, obviously you're going to do a bit of research on the lake. You want to know kind of what fish are in the water, and it all depends on kind of what you're after, I guess. Like, you can get kind of more runs water type lakes, harder waters with a bigger stamp of fishing, which is pretty much what this is here.
Yeah.
When we went to France last year, the lake was pretty much a runs water.
Well, it actually said it wasn't a runs water.
It said it wasn't,
but it did turn out to be.
It turned out to be, but I think the reason for that was because there was obviously we had COVID,
lockdown, and that.
That lake hadn't been fished for a couple of years, so we had it off. But we know historically, and then even looking at the catch rates for this lake, we knew it was going to be
slower. It's a lot harder.
We knew it was going to be hard going. So first and foremost, it depends kind of what you're looking for.
Yeah. And I guess if you're a first timer, you do want more of a runs water because you want to go and you want to make sure you're going to catch, really, don't you? So that's it. But I guess to start off with, like when we first booked the first one, and we said, right, we're going to do a trip to France, it was a case of obviously going online, doing a bit of research, and then finding a company to book with.
There's quite a few out there, aren't there?
There's quite a few out there, and obviously we've got one that we've booked with, and we like them because for a few reasons really, but we're not kind of saying go and book with these guys, but there's a few out there. I mean, I think there's Dream Carp Holidays, there's Angling Lines we've booked with. Then you've got other lakes where you can book direct through the lake, and I think the one that my cousin's just been on, I think you book that direct with them through their Facebook or whatever. So you've got a variety of different options.
But I think like if you're first time sort of trying to fish in France, you're probably best off going through one of those
the booking agents,
one of those agencies to get it all booked out. As Foxy said, we did choose Angling Lines, and I think like one of the main reasons we chose Angling Lines was simply because we knew we were coming as a group.
Yeah.
We didn't want to be responsible for other people paying their their part of their booking.
Money. Yeah.
So with Angling Lines, you can literally you've got like the lead source who sets everything up, but then you get your own separate kind of booking account. So you can log on with your own kind of email, password, etc.
Yeah.
And pay your part of your chunk of the fee, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So once you've initially kind of booked it, the lead booker just passes on all the emails and all the phone numbers and the names, and then they do it on their side, and then all them people will get an email saying this is what you owe, and then they can obviously go back, and then when you're the lead booker as well, you get to see when people are paying and stuff like that, and you can log into the site and just see where you're at with things, and the other reason that we booked them as well is because you had the ability to split it up however you wanted, so you could do either monthly payments, quarterly payments, you can pay it in 2 chunks. Yeah. So it's just got a nice versatility to it where you don't have to pay all in a one, because a lot of the time who's got 500 quid sat about?
Yeah. And then I guess kind of like following on from there, you're looking at your travel. There's obviously 2 ways you can get here. You can either fly or you can get on the ferry, which involves obviously a lot of driving, which is what we did this time.
But the first time we flew.
Yeah, last year we flew. And we actually hired tackle last year as well. So certain lakes will have tackle hire if you're going to get a plane. Obviously, probably best to leave your gear at home.
Yeah. And so with that though, you do take some stuff. You basically take like your tackle box, and then you take your reels. So you take like minimal tackle, but then obviously all the big clunky things, bivvies, rods, all that gear, beds. That's what you get in the tackle hire.
Yeah. Obviously, this time we did drive, so we brought all of our own gear with us. And yeah, I suppose it is nice to have your own gear, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Like, don't get me wrong. The first time we did it and we used someone else's, it wasn't that bad. There was nice rods and stuff like that. But then there was bits where you're like, oh, I'd prefer to have a bit of a better brand there. And with your stuff, you know, it's all the stuff that you like.
So, like, both times we've booked for Angling Lines, obviously, even last year with the flights, we booked the flight separately. This year, with coming through the ferry, Angling Lines have booked the ferry for us. I think they get a really cheap deal. So, if you book direct with a lake, you'll have to, and you choose to drive, you'll have to book your ferry separately.
Yeah.
And it can work out quite expensive, so I'm told.
Yeah, we spoke to a guy on the way over who this was his 7th France trip, and he was saying that he kind of books with them even when he said he was fishing somewhere else first and then fishing one of their venues, and he still booked the ferry with them because it worked out cheaper.
Yeah. So that's quite good to know, to be honest with you.
Yeah, this is our 2nd trip now, and both times we've had the food package, and it's roughly been the same. Was it about 150 last time?
Yeah.
We paid 140 this time, 140 euros, and I'm sure last time we went it was about 150 euros.
Yeah.
And with your food package, it seems to be the standard that you get your breakfast and your dinner, so you'll have to sort your lunch yourself. But usually, and both times we've been,
the meals are big, aren't they?
Big meals. So like this morning, you won't have seen. I was about to say you've seen the vlog's coming out later, but yeah, we had you get like a big baguette with sausage, bacon, and egg in it. And then last time we went, it was a fry up every day. So you'll have seen that vlog if you watch the channel.
How much was the tackle hire the first time we went?
150 as well.
Was that 150 as well?
150.
So yeah, obviously if you bring your own gear, you jump on the ferry, then you can save 150 quid. So
it's preference, isn't it? Because obviously if you do that, you've got the whole drive in it, and this drive was a bit of a slog. I'm not going to lie about that. Like it was 6 hours one side for us, 90 minutes on the ferry, and 6 hours the other side. So it was it was a bit of a slog.
So I guess kind of moving on from that, you might be looking at what facilities are on the lake. Some people might want to bivvy up on the lake at night. A lot of the lakes will have facilities to sleep in,
chalet little
caravan like this place has got.
Yeah.
First time round we booked out a chalet mainly because OMR, which Old Man River, who does the channel with us, he wanted to get good night's sleep on the bank. We initially said that we were going to sleep on the bank, but having seen the chalet and the bunk beds,
we ended up bunking up. We
ended up sleeping in there. This time round we are on the bank.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously because we have both times booked for Angling Lines, we're going to just kind of talk about that. I'm pretty sure on on the other agency sites it's probably the same, but you can filter down what sort of lake you're looking for, what facilities are on that lake, and it kind of dwindles it down into the type of
the exact ones that you want. I think on Angling Lines you can even do like big carp water, or you can do runs water. If it's your first time, you want to make sure you're getting to fish. Obviously runs water, or if you want to hunt the carp down, but you want the bigger ones, you can do that. And then, like Wayne's saying, you can do it on the facility. So I think you can even do it by like if you want a swimming pool, or potentially you want to take the family with you. You can get places that have got a swimming pool and they've got enough accommodation to
so like this lake here is a complete contrast to the lake that we had last year. Last year was
a complex, wasn't
Villarreal. This year we're at Villafond. Last year was a complex. There was kind of a few holiday chalets scattered on there with like a little a pub, bar, sort of restaurant area, swimming pool, etc. So it was really, really nice. This is kind of literally,
we're in the middle of farmers' fields.
You're here to catch fish.
Yeah, it is. It is a bit of a contrast to the last one. So like the little cabin that we've got here is very basic. It's not.
But it kind of it does for us kind of what we wanted from the lake. I mean, don't get me wrong. It would have been nice to have a lovely tiled shower and stuff like that. But we're here to catch fish at the end of the day. So.
Yeah, we were happy booking basic when we booked it. You know what I mean? We knew that was going to be the case.
Because we knew we were going to be on the bank for the whole week. So it all depends on what you want and what you're looking for, basically.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we just thought it'd be a good idea because, like we say, we get a lot of people asking or like, how did you book it? Who did you book through? So that's the reason why we thought we'd put this video together.
How did you choose the lake that you chose and stuff like that? It's basically just all based on what we want to get out of that session, really, isn't it?
Exactly that. And actually, to be fair to Angling Lines, and we're not kind of making an advert for them, because, like we said, there are others out there. But when we've been speaking to them, they are really helpful and stuff.
Like they are, aren't they? And even like the guy we were speaking to, a guy in the queue at the ferry. I think he said it was his 7th time fishing in France this year, so he's a bit of a pro at it.
Yeah, he's
so most of the time he said he'll book directly with a lake, but then sometimes he'll book through Angling Lines. So the fact that he's choosing Angling Lines over others, might say that
they are one of the better.
They are one of the better ones, but we don't know that. So
yeah, we can't say, because we haven't booked with anyone else. We've obviously only booked with Angling Lines. But when we do speak to them and stuff, I think like I've even emailed them a few times and just like kind of almost said, this is what we want, and then they've come with suggestions, like we've got this and this venue, and then we've looked at them and gone, I think that's actually how we picked this one, because we said we want big carp, and then I think they got back to us and said these are the ones, and then we chose this one based off of what they kind of said. So they're dead helpful, they're good to book with, and they're not that expensive either.
I mean, in terms of price, what did we pay on the first trip last year?
I want to say just short of 400.
Yeah, it was 375. We discussed that on the way here, didn't we?
Yeah,
it was
per angler.
375 per angler.
That's for your holiday.
That didn't include flight.
No, so
that didn't include bait.
That's basically for the exclusive lake hire, and I think it was the accommodation included.
Accommodation was included in that, yeah. So that didn't include flight. That didn't include food package. That didn't include bait. Because most of these places, you would, they do the party mix, like the particle, and stuff like that. So you can buy it most of the time from the lakes themselves.
Yeah.
I think you can bring over
right over our spot there.
I think you can bring over a certain amount of boilie, and then if you wanted more, you'd probably have to get that sorted out when you're here.
Yeah.
Last time we came, we got in touch with a company called Northern Baits, who are based in Belgium, I believe.
Denmark.
Is it Denmark?
Denmark.
And they
basically delivered the bait to where you're fishing.
to the venue. That worked out a treat.
This time we chanced it, took our luck, and we've brought over 25 kilogram.
Yeah, we took over.
We didn't get stopped or anything, so it's worked out fine. Yeah, it's just worth mentioning as well that if obviously the two we've booked the lake exclusive, so we've said now we want the lake, but let's say potentially just me and Wayne were going to book, then you could end up being part of another booking with other people. So you turn up, we'd be on 2 swims, and then the other swims might be booked out to people that you don't know, kind of thing.
So there is that option, which is pretty cool as well.
Yeah, so if just two you want to go, or even you want to go by yourself,
if you want to just go on your own,
with another party kind of thing. But obviously, like I said, the ones we've booked, we know we can get people to come with us, and we can get lake exclusives. So that's kind of what we do.
Oh, last thing. Don't forget your euros.
I just literally thought of it, and I was going to say that. Yeah, they do use a different currency in France, so you can't take pounds over here. But
yeah, and if you are getting the food packages, they do want that in cash
usually.
So
but it's worth saying as well, when you're driving over here, you've got to factor in your fuel cost and the tolls. Like we obviously this time, I did a calculator online, and it said it was going to cost about €50 in tolls. It ended up being about 80, so that was a bit more than expected. And also the price of fuel, especially on the motorways, and especially at the minute with the bloody the price of fuel, it's pretty pricey. So I think we've done 2 tanks already coming over here. We're going to at least need to do another 2 on the way back. So that's what you've got to factor in. But obviously when you fly, then you need tackle hire, so it's probably 6 and 2 frees. It probably works out very similar. It's just preference.
Yeah, it's just preference. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that is the majority of stuff that you need to know when you're looking to book a fishing trip to France.
Yeah, and obviously if you want to, we will put Angling Lines in the description, because that's who we used. So we'll put them in there, and yeah, if you want to go on their site and have a look and see what's about, and then you can do. So yeah.
Cool. I hope you enjoyed the vid. I hope it was informative for you.
Yeah, if you like the video, please make sure you smash that like button. If you don't already, hit the subscribe button, and then if you would kindly also hit the alert bell so you get notifications when we post any new content, that would be much appreciated. And if you already subscribe and you're waiting for the France videos, they will be coming soon.
They will.
Probably towards late October, end of November, but there will be a couple,
The reason we're taking so long to get them out is because we want them to be spot on. So we're putting a lot of effort into it.
Va-va-voom.
Yeah, je ne sais quoi.
Exactly. So that's why there's a bit of a hold up for them, but they will be coming your way. So watch out for them.
Cool.
Cheers for watching.